The Hadza tribe building houses in the wild. Deep in the heart of Tanzania, the Hadza people live close to nature, in harmony with the wild. Unlike modern cities with concrete and steel, the Hadza build their homes using only what the forest and savanna provide. Their houses, called huts, are small and dome-shaped. The Hadza start by gathering wooden branches and sticks from nearby trees. They bend the sticks into arches to create a strong frame, like a natural skeleton for the hut. Then, they cover the frame with grasses, leaves, and mud, which keeps the inside cool during the hot African days and warm during chilly nights. Building a hut is a family activity. Men usually collect the wood and help with the structure, while women weave the grasses and mud together to cover the hut. Children often run around, playing and learning, watching their parents craft each hut carefully. Each hut is temporary because the Hadza are hunter-gatherers. They move with the seasons and with the animals they hunt and gather. When it's time to move, they leave the forest with almost no trace behind, showing incredible respect for nature. For the Hadza, building a house is more than shelter, it's a connection to the land, a lesson in survival, and a way of life that has lasted thousands of years. Living in harmony with the wild, every hut tells a story of family, community, and resilience in the African wilderness. The Hadza tribe, building homes in the wild. Deep in the heart of northern Tanzania, the Hadza tribe has lived for thousands of years in harmony with the African wilderness. They are one of the last remaining hunter-gatherer communities in the world, and their homes reflect a life intimately connected to nature. Unlike modern houses with concrete walls and metal roofs, the Hadza live in simple, dome-shaped huts that are perfectly suited for the wild. Each hut is a masterpiece of natural design, built entirely from materials found in the forest and savanna. The Hadza rely on wood, branches, leaves, grasses, and mud, nothing more, nothing less. The process begins with the men and older boys collecting sturdy branches from nearby trees. They bend the branches carefully to form a frame, creating a natural skeleton for the hut. These arches are tied together with vines or strips of bark, forming a strong yet flexible structure that can withstand wind and rain. Next, the women and girls weave layers of grasses, leaves, and sometimes mud over the wooden frame. This covering provides insulation from the blazing sun during the day and keeps the interior warm at night. The huts are small, usually just big enough for a family to sleep and store their few possessions, but they are incredibly functional. Building a hut is never a solo task, it is a community effort. While some gather materials, others work on weaving and assembling. Children are always nearby, learning by watching their parents and playing around the construction site. The little panda from the Hadzabe tribe. Once upon a time, deep in the heart of the forest, there lived a little panda named Hadzabe. He wasn't just any panda, he was loved and cared for by the children of the Hadzabe tribe. The kids called him their brother panda because he was always by their side, playing, laughing, and, most of all, eating. Hadzabe the panda was different from other pandas. While most pandas munched on bamboo all day, Hadzabe loved every kind of food. Sweet fruits, sticky honey, crunchy nuts, soft rice, and even noodles. But if you asked him what his favorite food was, he would shout with excitement, meat. Whenever the Hadzabe kids roasted meat by the fire, Panda Hadzabe would wiggle his nose, his tummy growling like a drum. If he didn't see any meat on his plate, he would sit down, pout, and cry big panda tears. "Where is my yummy meat?" he would whimper. The children would laugh and share their food with him, and soon his sad face would turn into a huge panda smile. After every meal, Hadzabe had a special tradition. He would stand up, pat his full belly, and begin to dance. First, he spun in circles. Then he hopped from paw to paw. Finally, he shook his little fluffy tail until everyone was laughing and clapping. The Hadzabe children loved watching his happy dances so much that they started dancing with him. Together, the panda and the children made the forest echo with songs, laughter, and the sound of stamping feet. Even the birds joined in with cheerful chirps, and sometimes the monkeys clapped their hands to the rhythm. From that day on, the panda wasn't just an animal living with the Hadzabe, he was part of their family. They shared food, joy, and dances every day. And so, every evening ended the same way, with full bellies, smiling faces, and the happiest little panda in the world, Hadzabe, the panda who loved food. A hungry little panda. Once upon a time, deep in the forests of Tanzania, there lived a little panda who was unlike any other. While most pandas lived far away and munched happily on bamboo, this one had wandered into the lands of the Hadzabe tribe. The children of the tribe discovered him one morning near the river, splashing playfully in the water. His round belly wobbled as he tried to catch fish, but he wasn't very good at it. The kids laughed and offered him some roasted meat from their fire. To their surprise, the panda gobbled it up with happy squeaks. From that moment on, the little panda stayed close to the Hadzabe children. Chapter 2: The Panda Who Loved Food. The children quickly noticed something funny. Their new friend loved all kinds of food. He nibbled mangoes, slurped honey straight from the comb, munched on wild berries, and even tried roasted roots. But above all else, he adored meat. If there was no meat on his plate, the panda would sit down, puff out his cheeks, and cry. Big, shiny tears rolled down his furry face as he whined, "Where is my yummy meat?" The children giggled and shared their food with him. The moment he tasted it, his tears vanished, and he broke into the biggest smile. And then came his special tradition, the dance. With a full belly, the little panda would jump up, spin in circles, hop side to side, and shake his fluffy tail. His dance made the children laugh so hard that their stomachs hurt. Soon, they began dancing with him, turning every meal into a celebration. Chapter 3: The Name of Family. One evening, after a long day of playing and gathering food, the Hadzabe children sat together under the great baobab tree. The panda was sleeping soundly nearby, snoring like a little drum. One of the children whispered, "He is not just a panda, he is family." Another added, "Yes, but family must have a name." They thought carefully. He was playful, greedy for food, and full of joy. Then a little girl clapped her hands and said, "We shall call him Panda, because he is our panda." The children cheered, "Panda! Panda!" The little panda woke up, blinking in confusion. When he heard his new name, his eyes sparkled. He gave a happy squeak, wiggled his nose, and began to dance. From that day on, he was no longer just any animal, he was Panda, brother of the Hadzabe kids. Chapter 4: Panda's Big Adventure. Life with the Hadzabe children was full of fun. They hunted together, gathered fruits, and shared stories by the fire. But one day, Panda smelled something new in the wind. His tummy growled with curiosity. He wandered away from camp, following the scent of roasted meat. The children called after him, but Panda waddled too fast. Deeper and deeper into the forest he went, until he realized he was lost. Night fell, and Panda grew frightened. His belly ached, not from hunger this time, but from worry. "I should not have left my family," he whispered. Just then, he heard voices. The Hadzabe children were calling.
The forest awakens with sound, birds calling, leaves whispering in the wind. A small group of Hadzabe men and women walk gracefully through the lush green, their eyes scanning the trees for treasures. In their hands, baskets slowly fill with vibrant fruits glowing under the dappled sunlight. Imagine a taste untouched by time, ingredients plucked straight from nature's pantry, guided by knowledge passed down for thousands of years. The Hadzabe, one of the last true hunter-gatherer tribes on Earth, live in harmony with the land in ways most of us can only imagine. Every fruit they pick, every hive they climb, tells the story of survival and tradition woven into their daily lives. To witness their food culture is to glimpse a way of life that has nearly disappeared from the modern world. Now, step closer. The camera lingers on glistening wild honey dripping from combs, crimson forest berries shining like jewels, and roots freshly pulled from the earth. These are not ordinary ingredients, they are gifts of the wild, carefully gathered and celebrated. What follows is a culinary ritual rarely seen by outsiders, a Hadzabe recipe blending forest fruits with raw honey, simple yet profound, ancient yet alive. This is not just food, it is memory, connection, and survival preserved in taste. Prepare to witness an intimate moment with the Hadzabe Tribe, a feast that carries the flavor of history itself. Wide-shot, lush African forest. Sunlight cuts through the canopy. The Hadzabe walk barefoot, their movements calm but purposeful. Opening the unseen world. Imagine a taste untouched by time. Ingredients plucked straight from nature's pantry. Contextualization. Close-up, hands reaching for bright berries, children carrying woven baskets. The Hadzabe are one of the last true hunter-gatherer tribes on Earth. Their way of life, nearly unchanged for thousands of years, offers us a rare glimpse into humanity's ancient bond with nature. Building anticipation. Camera pans across a beehive in the crook of a tree. Honey drips like liquid gold. A Hadza climbs swiftly, retrieving the hive with ease. Here, food is more than survival, it is tradition. Every hunt, every harvest, every drop of honey connects them to ancestors who walked this same land. Ingredients teaser. Slow-motion shots, wild honey glistening, crimson berries tumbling into a basket, roots brushed clean against stone. Glistening wild honey, exotic berries, and fruits of the forest, simple, pure, untouched. Together, they form the foundation of a recipe as rare as the tribe who keeps it alive. The dish reveal. The Hadza gather, mixing honey with fruits. Children laugh, elders taste, sharing is central. This is not a recipe you'll find in cookbooks or kitchens. This is living heritage, a culinary tradition passed from generation to generation, kept alive through the rhythms of the forest. 2:10, closing reflection. Final.